us.
All right, so you don't want to bring on your walk-on item?
Well, I do.
That's what I asked. Is there
Well-
any further business?
Well, yes, excuse me. I mentioned it this afternoon at a conference, and I have presented a resolution to everyone this evening. Very basically, it pretty much says it all, unless you want me to go through it. I think it's important that we go on the record. I did read the opening from the beginning, but again, this is a resolution of the City Commission of the City of Fort Lauderdale opposing the legislation passed in Texas and other states that abridges a person's fundamental right to privacy by curtailing the right to abortion, urging all Florida municipalities to join the City of Fort Lauderdale's efforts in safeguarding and promoting access to reproductive health care and abortion rights, directing the city's state lobbyists to advocate against legislation that would curtail a person's right to legal abortion and providing for distribution and an effective date. I could go further, but I just find that it's really important for us as a major city in the state of Florida to go on record, especially because leadership in Tallahassee has said that they were encouraged by what they saw in Texas and plan on introducing that kind of law in our own state. And I think that we have to realize that we do not operate strictly in a Fort Lauderdale bubble. We are citizens of Broward County. We're citizens of the state of Florida. We're citizens of the United States. And when something is as egregious as this, something that will turn neighbor against neighbor, family member against family member, and offer bounties and deputizing citizens to conduct what normally should be done by law enforcement, I think we're going to be going down a very, very slippery slope. And I would encourage us to go on record as a city. Thank you.
Okay. Does anyone else have any comments? Any other members of the commission?
I do, Mayor. Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Glassman, for bringing that. And I will go on the record. You probably already know how I feel because I already gave my gay grandfather pro-life speech a while ago. So I'll skip the gay grandfather part. But, you know, we all have, we're all shaped by the life we've been given, the cards we've been dealt. And you know that when my mom was 15, you know, she did make the decision to choose life and marry my dad, who was 16. You know, right here in Fort Lauderdale, they ended up dropping out of Stranahan and what was it? St. Aquinas, St. Thomas. So called something different back then. But so for me, it's just personal. It's, you know, I was given the chance to live at a time when I probably would not have been given that chance. And I'm always going to remember the opportunities I've been given, including life. And I just really feel committed to supporting and giving others the same opportunities. So,
and I respect that, and I respect your family's history, and that was their choice, which is wonderful that she had that choice. To me, many people will not have that choice with a law like this in our state. Many people agree in the medical community that women might not even know within 6 weeks that they might even be pregnant. So I just have so many issues, and we could probably debate this all night. I'm not surprised by your position, but I just respectfully do not agree, and I don't think that that is the value of our city. So again, I would encourage us to pass this and move this forward as a city, just like we have done other resolutions that deal with current events, not necessarily within our own city borders, but because we are citizens of not just our city. Thank you.
Sorensen.
Mayor, yes. Mayor, if I can jump in here.
Please go ahead.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Commissioner Glassman, for bringing this forward. I support it. What passed in Texas is an affront to choice, and it's an affront to privacy. You all probably saw today the Attorney General of the United States. Just want to read some of the Attorney General's reaction to this. He said the Texas law's unprecedented design seeks to prevent women from exercising their constitutional rights by thwarting judicial review for as long as possible. The act is clearly unconstitutional under longstanding Supreme Court precedent. This is a horrible, horrible decision by the state of Texas, and we need to stand up and fight something similar happening here in our wonderful state of Florida. So thank you, Commissioner Glassman. Thanks, Mayor.
All right, thank you. We have We have two people signed up to speak. So Commissioner Javelani, want to come up and speak? Please? Yeah, right up to the podium over here. Please. We usually give 3 minutes, but out of courtesy to a colleague, please take whatever time you need.
Thank you. No worries. I won't be too long. I want to thank you all, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners, for hearing me tonight. I really want to urge you to support this resolution, safeguarding and reaffirming the right to privacy, to reproductive health and justice, and the right to have an abortion for any person who may want it for any reason. Multiple other cities in Florida have recently actually passed similar resolutions reaffirming the same right. Miami Beach, St. Petersburg, Gainesville, my own city of Hallandale Beach, Wilton Manors. I'm probably forgetting some, but other cities are also introducing them tonight. Our own Coconut Creek here in Broward County. I was going to discuss how, 6 weeks is just 2 weeks after a missed period, which could happen for any reason, stress, things going on in your life. But thank you for Commissioner Glassman for discussing that. I do want to mention, just a personal reason why I'm so very passionate about safeguarding this right to have an abortion for any reason is when I was in college, I was, I'm a survivor of sexual assault. And so if I had become pregnant as a result of that, I would have absolutely sought to have an abortion. The Texas law does not allow for any rape or incest exemptions. Neither does the parental consent for abortion bill passed by the Florida legislature last year. So it's really important that women, gender non-conforming folks, transgender men have this right to have an abortion. And as cities, we're stepping up, especially with this upcoming legislative session when we know legislative bills are going to be coming up to take away this privacy, this right to curtail it. And we know that curtailing the right to have an abortion and reproductive health primarily affects low-income people, immigrants, undocumented people, young people without health insurance like I was before I was a city commissioner, people who are already struggling right now in their lives. So, I just really hope you stand up, lead like other cities have, and support this resolution. And thank you very much for your time.
You're very welcome. Thank you for being here. Nancy Mateer, is that how you pronounce it? Welcome.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Commissioners. Tonight, I don't come before you as a commissioner. I come before you as someone who wears many hats in the community, coming before you as an activist. My name is Nancy Mateer, as mentioned before, and I'm here representing a coalition that advocates for reproductive rights. We call ourselves Floridians for Reproductive Freedom. We are united in educating the importance of and advocate for convenient, affordable, and safe access to full range of reproductive health care, from abortion to birth control to evidence-based sex education. Last week, one of the most regressive abortion bans passed in Texas. This is a direct attack on the body of women, girls, gender non-conforming people, and trans men. I encourage you all to educate yourselves on the dark history of the anti-choice movement and its unshakable ties to violence, disinformation, and hate. This same anti-abortion legislation is being proposed in Florida. Tonight, as you have heard from myself and my colleagues here, you have the opportunity to send a message to Tallahassee that women, non-gender conforming, trans men, girls should have full autonomy of their bodies. I encourage you to be bold and envision a society where every person has equal rights and opportunities. Envision a society where women, girls, non-gender conforming, trans men all have access to sexual and reproductive health, that their reproductive rights are protected, realized, and guaranteed, and can fully exercise those rights without fear, coercion, violence, or harm. This is the world we want for all and future generations. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak on this item? All right, so let me just say a couple of things. I don't think anybody in this world feels that abortion is something that they like. Women who find themselves with that choice make that choice reluctantly, everyone that I've ever met, and it's a very difficult decision to make. But I do think that women should have that choice. I do believe that women should be able to make that decision without the interference of government telling them what they can and cannot do. What's also particularly obnoxious about this Texas law is that the way in which it tries to subvert choice through some sort of backdoor mechanism of allowing people standing to sue someone who may be in some way involved with an individual's choice to have an abortion, I think is repugnant to the American principles of jurisprudence. I agree with the U.S. Attorney General that this is completely unconstitutional, and how any state legislature or governor could sign something like this into law goes to show you the excesses which government can often find themselves involved in order to achieve a particular political agenda. I do not want to see Florida step into that morass of trying to subvert the judicial process, and I feel that whether or not you believe in abortion or not, it should be the choice of the individual woman. So I will support this resolution, and I think that we need to send a message to Tallahassee indicating that Fort Lauderdale does not support any measure whatsoever that takes that ability for a woman to choose. Again, I don't think any woman makes that choice lightly. It's not a cavalier decision, but it is their decision. So if there's no one else seeking to speak on this, I would ask for someone to introduce the resolution.
Introduced.
Please call the roll.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, opposing the legislation passed in Texas and other states that abridges a person's fundamental right to privacy by curtailing the right to abortion, urging all Florida municipalities to join the City of Fort Lauderdale's effort in safeguarding and promoting access to reproductive health care and abortion rights, directing the city's state lobbyists to advocate against legislation that would curtail a person's right to legal abortion and providing for distribution and an effective date. Commissioner Glassman?
Yes.
Commissioner McKenzie, not present. Commissioner Sorensen?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Moritas?
No.
Mayor Trentalis?
Yes. The resolution is approved.